Anyway, hopefully you guys are having a good Friday so far. My yarn needles have apparently wandered off somewhere. Probably somewhere, I'll probably find them later, but it's really annoying and inconvenient right now, considering I kind of want them. I probably should have looked for them earlier when I got back in here, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about food. That's because I hadn't eaten anything. Which that was required of me. Also, hi, this is tea. What is this? This is one of the sample things. The last one I actually had from I sip from there. Which I really do like that one. It's a shame that's the last of it for now. We'll probably buy some more of that at some other point. But I do enjoy it. Also, I wiped these off and it still looks a little blurry to me. Hold on. Let me go and close this. Yeah. Alright, there we go. If my mother would be able to shut up. Anyway, hi. Hope everything's good. Not terribly much up in the way of updates. I still need to make that thing for anybody who wins prizes. Information sheet people can fill in. So that's gonna be a thing. I meant to do that, but I did not get a chance to. Also, it says okay, that's weird. Why is it saying that? Thank you for the host guest, Sue. Not sure why it's not showing up in chat, because chat is dumb. But I appreciate you. But yes, other than that, you can kind of see why I kind of want yarn needles, but I can't find them because they have decided to wander off the face of the earth for some reason. I don't know why. It's probably underneath something and I just don't see it. So I'm probably just going to use one of my crochet hooks instead. But it's kind of annoying. Because all of my yarn needles are in the one thing. So once I can't find the one thing, means no needles for me. Which is very much unhelpful. It's always weirder to do it with this. Also, let me double check that nothing's being blocked off here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I don't have the stuff on, so it shouldn't be doing this. Alright, cool. There we go. Just wanted to make sure I didn't have anything on that was blocking anybody from speaking that shouldn't be on at the current moment. I try to avoid doing that. Which, what I'm doing is Kitchener stitch, but I like doing it with the yarn needle more so than I like doing it with, you know, a crochet hook. Especially one of this size, because it's my F1. but gotta make do with what you can actually find when things decide they want to disappear on you at the most inconvenient times. Luckily, it's not too many of these, so it's not gonna take forever. Just gonna take a wee bit longer than I would like. Also, it's dark. Let me actually grab the light, because I picked that up before, but I was like, it was brighter in here before. But the light decided, no, we're not working, so, I mean sunlight, not the actual lamp thing. That would be annoying. Alright, and there you go, that's better. Also, let me check. There we go. Although the one plus side of this is I don't have to worry about the yarn coming out of the needle, which is usually the main gripe I would have. Although thankfully it doesn't happen terribly often. Uh-oh. Whoops, that almost came off of there. That would have been not fun. Wait, no. Other way, because it's coming back this way. Also, let me just double check if I have the proper amount of stitches on here. Da-da-da, 9, and da-da-da-da, that has, wait, no, that is 10. God damn it. What did I do? Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, yeah. Why is there one more back here? God damn it. Oh well. I will just fudge things. Nope, wrong way. Also, that tea's gonna probably get cold soon-ish, so I'm likely gonna have to drink the rest of it quickly. I didn't let that water heat for like too long. So it's not gonna remain warm forever. Thing. There. Speaking of, yeah, it's definitely approaching lukewarm. Like, it's warm enough, it's not like, you know, on the side of cold where it's like bleh. But you can definitely see feel it's losing its warmth a little bit. more than halfway there. Oh no, it's going the other way. Crap. You see the little bumps on there means I've done it the opposite way, so it's not right. This is why I want my goddamn yarn needles, but no. I'm gonna have to pull it back then. That's annoying. Because that used to be what happened on the regular when I did Kitchener. That hasn't happened in a while, so that's extra irritating to me. Which, I mean, yes, in the end it doesn't matter, but I know, so it kind of matters to me. I do actually like the look of Kitchener when you do it pretty good. Oh, that's what happened. I think I'd split a stitch and that's why that was... Okay. That explains that at least. Alright, cool. That's one thing that has been solved. Cool. Because this yarn is slightly splitty. This is the stuff I had won from Mr. Fartbrains for my birthday. If not last year, it's actually getting on to be about 2 years now. Yeah. Somewhere within that time frame. 2020 is a giant black hole, so it's hard to discern when anything was happening at that point. Not that 2021 is terribly much better in some aspects. There. Da-da-da-da-da. I really think I'm gonna go search for my yarn needles and see if I could find them. Because it's like, there are not many places they could be because they don't leave this room, like, ever. So it is really peculiar I cannot find them. Like, really, really peculiar. I cannot find them at all. So, I might put this on the break screen for a little bit, which if I can't find them, even after the short little search, however long that is, I will more than likely just suck it up and use this. Because honestly, it is better than nothing, although I'd probably see about maybe finding one of my smaller hooks. Ow. Okay, please no accidentally stabbing myself with needles. Alright, so... Okay, what the... Oh, that might be the left. That would help. New. Also, I have to say, I got real lucky on my timing. Like, I figured I'd probably get here about 12, which that's pretty much what happened. So it's like, at least I got to get here on time. I was worried I might have to, you know, push back the start time, which is not something I enjoy doing when it comes to stream. I mean, yes, life happens, and I know you guys would definitely completely understand, but it's one of those things that I'm just like, I very much prefer to, you know, be on time. Come on. Almost there. Okay, these last two are the two that I need to get on here. Oops. Nope. Come back. No coming out the stitch, please. That is an issue I do not need or want. Dragon Rider, hi! My yarn needles have disappeared, so I'm actually undoing this bit of Hexipuff I tried to do with the crochet hook, which it's possible, it's just slightly more of a pain. And I'm gonna just quickly see if I could find my goddamn yarn needles, because they should be in here, and there's literally nowhere else in this house they should be, because those are some of the crafting supplies that do not leave in here for this exact reason. But how are you doing? How goes your Friday? Hope all has been good. Yeah, I'll just put on the be right back screen for a second, because I'm gonna turn on the ceiling light and everything and see wherever the hell these things are. Which I know you guys aren't seeing it. I just have studio mode on for a quick second, so you wouldn't have to deal with me moving the stuff back and forth. Hilariously, lately it has been this I couldn't find once or twice, but in this case, nope. Yarn needles have all just gone into the ether because the packaging thing where I keep all of them in has somehow gone off into the middle of nowhere. Don't know why. But yeah, it definitely means I'll have to do it this way. I don't like doing it this way. But alas, I have no other options. So such is life. Also, my tea is probably gonna start being really lukewarm, if not almost cold by now. Oh wait, no, that should stay on. Whoops. There. Alright. I really hate having to do Kitchener this way. Really do. I know I said I was gonna look for a smaller hook, but I don't feel like doing that because I already took enough time from trying to find the thing in the first place. Come on. You can do it. There it is. Alright, then. Up there. Nope, other way. That's the first one. I hope it does actually end up better this time around. Let's see. Come on. Obviously not going to catch the second one once this is done. I'm probably just going to let that do the thing. Come on. Also, how big is the plushie? Although you're probably busy sewing it up and all that, so I will probably reserve questions for when you can actually manage to type things, which will probably be helpful. Also, it looks like I split this. It's... oh boy. I suspected that might be the case. I haven't actually had a chance to see it. Oh no, it's starting... Why? I've not had this happen before. Why? It's starting to do the bridge thing that it's not supposed to do, and it's starting to irritate me. Fine, I'll just use the needles because the hook does not seem to be wanting to do things in a way that is very helpful to me. And I very much would like that to stop. On the plus side, this should definitely at least be somewhat. Alright. So I'm not weaving those ends again. Fuck that. Okay. Oh, that's what this is. Like, why is that weird? It's weird because that's coming up from the... Yep, this is supposed to go through. Which certainly explains a lot. There it is. Really do hate this. It's a good thing I'm not doing this on my straights. Although I don't have size 1 straight needles anyway. I have 2s. I almost never use because they're boys and they bend like hell. Although, small-ish, if not the smaller size, DPNs are gonna bend no matter what you do, really. But given the whole, this was back when I had a really bit of a death grip on my needles, like, you can definitely tell it's bent. Not like a full-on U-shape, but, you know, definitely pronounce that the needles are bent. Because one of them has this, like, weird chip in it, and it drives me nuts, sensationally speaking, whenever I knit with it. So I prefer not involving that one. Unless, like, I need all 4 of the DPNs to hold stitches. Which is why I prefer not doing my socks on DPNs personally. Plus the whole, it ladders! Come on. There it is. Okay, even this way it still looks a little... But I just kind of want this off my needles, so... whatever. If anything, I could always just undo it. I could have just put the yarn through the stitches like a placeholder. Which also could have worked out. Which I might just do that for the rest of them. Oh my gosh, have I been going for nearly 3/4 of an hour already? That happened quickly. Okay, there's 2 stitches. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna need to come back to this one because that is weird. There should not be 2 more stitches on one side. What the hell is happening? Okay, let's see if I can get the second and go through here. And just pull the yarn through. Maybe. Possibly. Yeah. And then go through this way. Just so it holds the needles, the yarn. It doesn't drop off of there. Again, this is the first time I don't think I've actually full on finished a Hexipuff. Ruh-roh. Okay, no, why? Nope, come on. There it is. And my cats! Can't talk about trouble with this. Oh no! What you- oops. I was trying to get the yarn to go through the loops here. I did not realize I was off frame. Also, it's a little bit dark anyway. Because it's not doing the thing like it's supposed to. Like, you see these ridges are not supposed to- well, that's helpful. Yeah, the ridges that are on top right here-ish are not supposed to be here. And it's driving me nuts, so I'm gonna wait till I can find my goddamn yarn needles to deal with that one. And probably start a different Hexipuff. Although I kind of just want to say fuck it and go do the shawl. But I did not realize I'd wandered off camera. Whoops. Also, this means I think I need to mess with the craft cam just a wee bit. Yeah, because the gain's all the way up. I was trying to show you anything with white when that's all the way up is going to be pretty much impossible. So, let's see. Is that reflecting as much? Okay, no. Yeah, like, when you're doing Kitchener, this is not supposed to be happening. So, yeah. I really do need the yarn needle, apparently. Sighs. Also, hi, Felix. How you doing? How goes your Friday? Hopefully everything has gone well so far, since you're in the future. It is the evening for you, respectively. Also, this reminds me that, high tea is gonna probably be cold by now. Yep, it's cold. There. Alright. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm complaining, girl. Practice of black magic. That bad. Math is not my strong suit. I'm alright once I understand the concepts, but usually I'm very, very limited. Also, I realized I have not mentioned the community thing. Wasn't that bad once I understood it, but yeah. Getting thrown math things, especially new math things, is especially... Was it? Well, at least progress was made. That's the good thing. Progress was made. And that is always a good thing. But yeah, I do not miss having to do math in school at all. Yes. Yes, what I was say. Community challenge currently happening, which this is for anybody who has channel points and doesn't know what to do with them. Which, we're at 81% right now. Oh wait, I think we were already at 81% previously. I think. Anyhow, so basically it's the planning to do a charity stream for Project Linus, which, if you're wondering what Linus the da 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 da, and that's all I love doing that theme. Or incur the wrath of DMCAs. Because I presume that's copywritten. Anyhow. But yeah, so... General plan is to do a week of streams, which the community challenge is for doing GeoGuessr for Project Linus, which, my geography game is not strong, so it would certainly be a time. This is fair. Yeah. That's why I have to be mindful about every goddamn thing. I'm just like, don't do it. But yeah, the community challenge currently is at 81%. We literally only need just under 5,000 channel points, which the channel points refer specifically to the donuts that can currently reside on the bottom part of your chat. Said charity stream, which would be a stream week of charity streams, would likely be late next month. Scratch that, under 3,000. Yay! It would literally take 2 more people giving points, and then the goal would be met. Because that's 22,290. Yep. So that means someone would have to give 2,710. And the max someone can give in channel points per stream is 2,000. So thank you! I very much appreciate it. I know some people just like to have their channel points for stuff and things, which I do not begrudge at all because I hoard my channel points sometimes too. In various channels, so I get it. But I figure at least that'd be a way if someone wants to be like, hey, let's get rid of some of my channel points. And, you know, have a thing for charity going on, that would definitely be an option. Also, I found a chainmail ring on the floor. There's a couple more where I was looking for the yarn needles, which, again, it's either behind my bed or in some goddamn corner in here. My room is not that large, so there are not many places for these yarn needles to hide. But hide they are. And I don't appreciate them for hiding at all. But yeah, GeoGuessr is definitely going to be fun and interesting. Also, I cannot believe we're this close to the goal already, because, given these goals are 30 days, it's literally only been a week, and you guys literally are about, like, say, 85%. Girl November! Hi! How goes? How are you? Post-stream. Come on, don't do it. There it is. In eventful things, my yarn needles have disappeared off the face of the earth somehow. Don't know how. Like, they have dropped somewhere, I'm pretty certain, but it's just I have no clue where. So, that's the stream so far. Oh no, yeah, it really is. Because normally, they're on my bed, since my bed is the largest surface within this room to sit upon. And I didn't see it. I turned on the lights, didn't see it. So I'm just like very, very, very confused right now. They don't leave this room. So it's not like I left it in another room or something. They don't leave this room at all. Probably. I'm honestly gonna go after stream and go look with a light, specifically this light, or my phone, and see, you know, if it's in some corner. But thankfully they're not needed for anything major, other than figuring out how to get this Hexipuff to behave, because I tried to do the Kitchener, and it's doing the thing the opposite way, which is why those ridges are showing up on top, which they're not supposed to be. So, yeah. I'm just like, let me just start another Hexipuff. It's fine. Hopefully you don't. Yeah. That would not be fun. Although they're not that pointy. They're the yarn needles, so they're a bit blunt. They're metal, though, so I can still potentially, you know, stab my foot. That certainly is still possible. Just a bit less likely. I'm probably not gonna get far in this. I think I might just... whatever is left here by the time I take my break, which I think that's actually pretty soon. I'll just leave it as is and then just go over to the shawl just because They'll at least have me with a lot less frustration than this right now. Although having to deal with all of that kind of reminded me of why I hate Kitchener. Or hated it at one point in time. Because doing it with the yarn needle, it's basically, you can kind of do it in your sleep almost. Doing it with a crochet hook, not so much. Come on. Also, to note, I do not plan on resetting the floof again this year, so basically the rest of this month, which is not terribly far, you know, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, that's it for this month. And then whenever I stream in November, December, that'll be the points you have for the rest of the year. Oops, nope. Pulled the wrong one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There she is. Whee! Alright, cool. But other than the Kitchener being annoying, I do like this one. Whoops. Nope. No falling. Falling not allowed. Okay, that's better. That's better.
So that's it. You won't stay here and I'm not.
Wrong thing.
You don't think either one of us could ever change?
Right now, it doesn't seem so.
Other than the whole not being able to find my needles, we've not really talked about terribly much today other than, you know, apparently math being evil. I mean, yes, it's not evil, or else we wouldn't really have buildings and that sort of thing, because, you know, architecture requires a bit of math. Heck, engineering in general requires a bit of math in order to get things to work how they're supposed to, with weight distribution and all that jazz. Also, Windows 11 is staring at me to upload it, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait until, you know, OBS and all the other stuff has workarounds for that, so you don't have to worry about things spontaneously closing. Because that's been a thing with a couple of programs that has seemed to happen, and I'm just like, I don't need that in life right now. Oh, November, thank you for the tip. I appreciate you. Oh, let's process it. I think it depends. Some people take it on as more of like a visual rather than, you know, a mathematically based. Puzzle? Yeah, puzzle. Oh, so we are really, really close. I'm not sure if you heard me mention this before, but girl, November, we are pretty close to the community goal for the charity thing. We literally need, what is it, 2,710 channel points? It's still, yeah, I know. I know. Given my love of art, I like the visual over the having to figure it out via formulas and that sort of thing, personally. Alright. know break time's like a couple of minutes ago, but I'm just gonna do these couple of stitches here and then go take my break. Also, I think there's like plates I need to go wash anyway. Although there's not terribly many. It could probably take me about my usual 10-minute break anyway. Yeah. Alright, so somewhat mostly finished Hexipuff, which I have the yarn going through it till these wow, these stitches aren't live. There we go. Because I really would like my needles back so I can do the thing. I'm probably just gonna do this later. More than likely I'm just gonna switch to doing the half granny square shawl for the rest of the stream. So let's actually shift this. Why are we shaking? Very much need you to get stable, please. So yeah, I'm gonna go take my break. Usual about 5 to 10 minutes. Gonna go wash some plates. Also, you can play the Plinko. Let's see where I am. There I am. Oh, that might be a little bright. Yeah. I need to mess around with the colors just a wee bit. Also, this will need to go up a little bit higher. Let's see, where'd it go? There it is. Alright, slightly more gain. White balance, because the other stuff was more blue, so to get it purple, you need it more on the yellow side of the white balance going on here. Sharpen that out. Tiny bit more saturation for the bright stuff. And let's see, because it's partially blocking my view. Okay, yeah, that's accurate. Yay! There we go. Alright, I was using F hook for this. I'm not sure if I want to... Would it be better if I used a G, or is it fine as is? Because the stuff is a little thick in places. Although... Thank you. This stuff is... Let's see. Where did I get this? Wool's Gathering. Did the Handspun with this. Remember the stuff I had sitting around and I respun it? There's this. This gray is... This is the only not Handspun stuff in this. This is the... What's its face? The single ply stuff. Chroma single ply stuff that I doubled up and I was just like, this works? Because I had no other use for it. Because, yeah. I don't use single ply for stuff. Because single ply, especially with socks, is a bad time. And this is some of the sparkly stuff, which I literally caked it this morning. This is the smaller bit of it that I had scanned. So I made it into a wee cake, which this ended up being slightly larger of a cake than I expected. This isn't a ton of yarn, although I did not count the yardage. I'm gonna see how this looks with the G hook, because the F felt a little bit tight here. Although I was using the F with the rest of this, although the rest of this is definitely more sock weight, and this is like sock weight with like spots of DK in there with how I spun it. So G might be a wee bit better. Just a wee bit better. There it is. Although I realize I could probably do this with what's-its-face, the acrylic too, now that I think about it. Because the acrylic handspun, I could probably do one of these as well. Because the half granny square shawls are a really nice, you know, mindless sort of project. You can make it as large as you want to. And also I could add double as a scrap project too. And like get some scrap yarn and then add to it. Really, really fun. Plus, considering I wear my shawls like scarves anyway, this is pretty much a very good thing. But I usually like to keep the materials that I'm using for something like a shawl similar, so in case of like upkeep and stuff, you don't have to worry about, you know, them clashing with each other. Oh, so I should have got some water. Thank you. I honestly wish I had more of this. This is like my favorite thing ever. Like, literally, if I just had the gray and this, it probably would have been like, that's it. But with the sparkly bit, it's gonna make it a bit more... Definitely a bit more look at me. Come on. Yeah, this is definitely better with G here. I have not had any chance today to watch any more of Only Murders in the Building. I'm hoping I might, well, no. It's gonna be, well, actually no. 4, and then after that, yeah, I definitely should have time to watch at least 1 or 2 more episodes. I did watch episode 7 the last time, so 8, 9, and 10. I might be able to watch 8 and 9, maybe. Depending if, you know... Oh yeah, because I tied the yarn to this and it got caught in there. Whoopsie. But yeah, 7 is where a good chunk of the answers for the season have been given. Yeah, this is definitely larger than the rest of it. I'm half wondering if I should maybe separate this and, like, make it be its own thing. I mean, yes, this has some neutral colors, but it's like... I feel like this and this might clash a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Should I or shouldn't I? If we don't like it, fair. Which that is the upside of crochet. Or frogging is a lot less of an issue. Yeah, that's also why I went with the smaller one. And if you... Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah, come on. Nope. I love I'm doing this and I have another shawl on the needles, but that one is chart intensive, so that's kind of why I haven't worked on it in a while, because I kind of like spacing out my chart intensive projects, because you kind of usually need a break from chart based things every so often, because it's honestly a bit of work. And especially that shawl, because it's an intermediate pattern too. Also, am I a little bit low? Yeah, probably a tiny bit low. Because I had turned this down from Wednesday and I hadn't turned it back up. That should probably be a wee bit better. The music's not loud anyway, so... eh. Jane, hello! How goes? Hopefully your Friday's going well, and yeah, my yarn needles have disappeared somewhere in my room. Don't know where the hell they've wandered off to. So I'm like, doing Remember! Thank you for the free sub. I very much appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see if the alert thing... There we go. I always like to have a delay with that, but I just want to make sure Streamlabs isn't being a dummy. As it's wont to be. And my pen's over there. Let me grab that pen. I should have had that box closer, but I did not think about that. But I very much appreciate it. Let's see. Giant face cam time, so I can do this and unhide the wheel so we can spin for stuff, which we have stickers available now on the thing, so that might also be an option for you. I have a couple I need to send out, but you get floof, which is good because you can get that stuff for giveaways and stuff whenever that happens. So let me add the currency to you. Come on. Do the thing. Okay, yeah, it was a wee bit lag. I know you definitely should be up here-ish somewhere. Who the heck has the most hours on here? Oh, a Confused Echidna. I have not seen her around in quite some time. I hope she's doing alright. But yeah, she has like the most hours out of everyone here. It's insane. Other than myself, but I don't count because I stream. So me and the bot do not count in that. Alright, so let's edit. Add 500. Which, especially given points had been reset a while ago, this is definitely a good way to earn some extra points. Alright, so that puts you at 600. No, I know that yarn. Wait, no. I take that back. I've used the Comfy Fingering yarn, which I have a bit of that hanging out in the bag where I have my Corydale. You're welcome! Also, I did that. Wow. I accidentally turned off the mic like a dumbass. Ugh. What is with me? Also, can you pick a color for Sub Square? That would be great. Let me grab my handy dandy purple pen. And let's get you written down in here. Do not look at my terrible. I do have light blue, actually. I had gotten some Brava, so we actually have a light blue currently. So, light blue it is. There we go. Synthetic, yeah, it really is. Typically, fingering weight is definitely more of a wool base of some kinds. It's not like, you know, completely unheard of, but it's certainly less made. Because, you know, it requires a bit more twist, and, you know, the synthetic stuff, if you put too much twist in it, it'll snap! Which, I've done that, and it's like, excuse me? Which, that's also kind of why I like doing spinning the acrylic myself. So if I want some thin acrylic yarn, I could just do it myself without having to look for it. Plus, there's also that yarn, Loops and Thread, which I have some of that. That's also acrylic. What's it? It's not impeccable. Impeccables are thicker stuff. And I have a skein of it. I'm blanking on what it is right now. And it's annoying. I have a shawl that I use mostly that in too. Wool-like, thank you. I'm just like, I know this yarn. I've used this yarn. I should know this. Ugh. New pattern is going to be worse than I'm actually pretty... Ooh. Nice. I have not done any of his patterns, but given everybody's been doing the shawlography and has been having a good time, it's certainly... Buying 5 skeins of his... Yeah. Yep. When you use... Yeah, fingering. Fingering gets real pricey real quick. As you know. Ugh. Although at the same time, definitely want to pay people what they're worth if you're gonna buy, you know, hand-dyed stuff. So it's like, when you don't have the money for that sort of thing, it's just like death by 1,000 paper cuts, essentially. Nope, come on. Yeah, hooked through there. And I very much do not need that happening. I used to make baby. Aww, that's sweet. Blankets are a lot of work, which is why I almost never do them. Let's see. Although for baby blankets, I tend to use worsted, personally. But yeah, typically acrylic yarn, especially worsted. One year I just made a crochet blanket. That's completely fair. When it comes to blankets, I just tend to go to corner to corner. Because I really like the effect corner to corner gives, and I don't really have to think about it if you're doing basic corner to corner. Slightly. Very nice detail blanket. Any other go? Oh no! Yeah, no, I don't knit blankets. I did that once. I knit a queen size. Ugh. That's irritating. But it's like, if it's a fellow teacher, they should know that, you know, you don't have time and, you know, presume don't have, you know, funds to just be like, hey, here's this fancy schmancy blanket. Because sometimes you don't got the spoons for fancy schmancy. It's like, I can make things look pretty. And just not a lot of work for me. White. Although I meant there were rumors about that being issue 2, and I'm just, wow! Wow. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Nope. Nope. I'd be like, never making blankets again. Nope. Nope. Like, if that's how you feel, you can just never get a blanket. And fuck off. Like that, she wanted me to do... No! For a baby? Like, once you start specifying things and stuff, it gets... They will be, yep, acrylic. When it's baby blankets, straight acrylic. If you wanted that yarn, then... Exactly. If you want it so badly, you can totally go get it yourself. Ugh. Like, unless you plan on hanging that on your wall, or, you know, just having it as, like, straight, you know, decoration for your living room, that is a bad idea. Or that too. Heirloom blanket also. Someone who doesn't know better. Oh lord. Cause you wouldn't do what she wanted, you hate her? Oh, poor child who doesn't get what they want. No, no. It's like if you could take care of that blanket fine and, you know, actually pay what you should for that, then cool. Otherwise, not happening. Yep. It's like, this is why people can't have nice things at all. Someone's gotta screw with everything. Like, guys, come on. Like, you would think if someone's getting, you know, a free blanket that took their time and effort, any sort of, you know, minor issues would just get shut up because it's like, hey, someone's giving me something they didn't have to give me. Why are people like this? I guess, but... Yep. Yeah, the last blanket I did, they picked the colors, and that was it. That was the belt. No worries! Glad to see you. Definitely see you tomorrow, I presume. And hopefully the rest of your day is crazy children free. How to make... Exactly! Yeah, I've made some crap when I first started, so it's like... Or at least less up to par to what I make now, so it's like... Things are going to be drastically different between, you know, what I was doing 9 years ago and what it looks like now. So it's like, if someone compares things, it's going to be different. Not everybody's going to magically be, you know, the best at everything. Or anybody is, for that matter. Exactly that. You don't have to worry about people potentially being offended because they don't understand how things work. Wrong, but not unheard of and not surprising. Saber! Also, if I'm out of frame, my bad. I do that. Thank you for the 550 channel points to our charity community challenge. There we go. I can speak. That's 91% right now, and that means we are 2,260 no, 2,160. There we go. Math. Points away from getting there. Just popping in, but no worries. Definitely enjoy your nap. And hopefully you're having a good Friday so far. Let me read what this says. Wow. I hate people like that. It's like, you won't make me anything. Oh, I wonder why. When you're being an ungrateful, selfish jackass. Alright, thank you. Definitely glad to see you. And if I don't see you tomorrow, definitely have a great weekend. Also, I think it's 3. Also, Girl November, thank you for those points. Alright, so that's just under 2,000 then. So, what is it? 1,910? Yeah. 1,910 points now. Since we're at... Where's the little percent thingy? I'd like to see it. Okay, 92%. Very much appreciate you guys. Basically, the general plan is to do stuff for charity. In my case, play some games that I haven't played before. GeoGuessr. Or at least have not played on stream. So GeoGuessr is going to be one of them. I think some Hades. Ori and the Blind Forest, because I've had that for a while. And... wait, I had another game. I'll probably think of it some other time. But yeah, basically just going to play games throughout whenever I do these charity streams, which will likely be next month or the month following that. For some fun. But a dummy made the complaint on... Wow! Oh my gosh. No. I mean, he's right though. But that is hilarious. It's like, I said those things, but it's not... It shouldn't matter, apparently, that you insulted the thing you now want. Like, dude, no. No one is required to make things for you. You could go find somebody else. But the thing is, they don't want to pay for it. They want it for fucking free. And it's like, this is why you don't bite the hand that feeds you. Ever. Also, my swear word filter seems to be off today. Oh well. Also, what's this? I think I know what this is. Nope. That's not who it is. Okay, not important thing. Discord thing, I just wanted to see what it was, because the little number was staring at me at the bottom of the screen. Just wanted to make sure no one needed my immediate attention. Which no one did, so that works. Alright, yeah, I think this is the natural stuff I've gotten into. But stuff like this is exactly why I tend not to make people stuff. Also, and pre-roll seems to be off, so random ads will probably appear to anyone who is not subbed, or has ad blocker, or has turbo. Which, that reminds me, counting for, no worries, count away. And I lost my thought too. Damn it, I was about to say something, and I completely lost my thought. Oops. It'll probably come to me in a moment. Oh well. Come on. You can do it. Oh wait, no. I think that was just slightly split. That was my problem. Yeah, okay, thank you. That pings me back to what I was thinking about. I was thinking the whole, you know how Twitch used to have, Prime allow you to be ad-free across Twitch, and then they discontinued that? That is one of those things I really hate them for. Not that I have, you know, Prime terribly often, because I don't got $14 to spend monthly for that. I mean, technically you can buy it, like, for the whole year for like $100-something, which, again, things I don't have, including that. But yeah, it's really annoying. It essentially means that if someone wants, you know, to avoid ads, they basically have to either have subs in every single channel that, you know, they hang out in, which I have a feeling that was kind of the point of that, or everybody go buy Turbo, which is more than Prime. But Prime, I feel like, is slightly more worth it in the whole, hey, you can, you know, do the free delivery and all that stuff. It has more use than just Twitch alone, compared to Turbo. Which I imagine some people have Turbo, but yeah, I'm like, no. No thanks. Oops, come on. Yeah, I'm like, Twitch, you're good. You're not. Although, technically, what Twitch is for Amazon is, like, pretty much even or running at a loss for them, from what I know. But, you know, if they weren't doing something for them, Twitch would have probably been canned a long time ago. But it's also why they're kind of riding the whole pay attention to the games and stuff train. Although, given creative is kind of coming back, I presume in the next year, given at this point of the year, it would be a bit too late for them to suddenly just jam that back in as a thing. Which it's like, you shouldn't have split this up in the first place. This should have been fine. But, you know, whatever. Agreed. It makes things a bit more annoying when it's like specifically this category and that category and the other. It's definitely a larger pool to find people in if you have creative rather than, you know, specifically, say, food and drink or any of the variety of things. I use them, and I'm not going fair. Fair. I'm not saying we're all innocent, but, you know. I feel like at times Twitch can arguably be a bit more egregious about it. to the point where it's like you're lucky that people, you know, are still here
To each other's lives.
with the stuff they pull sometimes.
Realized that in these last few years, and we just became very different people, and so we had nothing in common overnight. Very strange.
Da-da-da-da-da. I'm not even across this row yet, given that's the part about the granny half granny square shawls. It's like when this thing starts to get big enough, or at least without content. Yeah. Yep. That is very much true. So they kind of have the total line of how far they go on what they do. Like, if they hit the straw that breaks the camel's back, they are done. Although I imagine some people are already, like, jumping ship post, you know, the stuff that happened. Like 2, if not almost 3 weeks ago now, which... Has it been that long already? That happened? That's gone by really, really quickly. Almost disturbingly so. Facebook. I am not a fan of Facebook. Yes, I'm on Instagram, and I know they're part of Facebook's whole corral, but I'm just like, no thanks. Other than Instagram, which I like barely am on, I put my post. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even pay attention to there. Given you don't really hear anything, it's like, it's probably not, you know, a giant pool. Which you can kind of tell based on stuff like that. That Facebook, as you know, like a social media place, is kind of like on the downturn. I suspect, because they wouldn't want to try to like branch out to things like gaming if the social media side of the matter. We're still doing good. Don't fit on there any. Yep. Which is kind of why as I think you had mentioned this at one time, that I really wish that there was like, you know, a streaming platform for solely creators, which, you know, if Ravelry weren't a bunch of knobs, that would certainly be a viable option, but, you know, they kind of, you know, cut off their nose to spite their face at this point, so that's not gonna happen. Come on. There it is. You and me both.
Put that to the wall, and then you move that and put it on top of that.
I have a feeling that might be a long shot, but maybe Kofi. Maybe in a couple of years. Because they probably need to grow a little bit before they can do something like that. But it certainly is an option. Come on. Nope. Alright. Okay. I think I kind of like how this looks. So I might keep going with this, like, so far. I don't mind it, again, you know, given this is These are darker colors. It definitely stands out. Because Kofi, yeah. Although I swear they're like at least 2 years old now, but like at this point they've really taken off at this point, so definitely they'll need some time to develop before anything of real community backing for something like that could potentially take place. Because you know, you don't want to do too much too fast. Yeah, they've definitely been there for at least a little bit. Not terribly long, but I would have to look it up to see what their actual existence time is. I don't think it's been like anywhere near a decade yet, if my memory serves me correctly. Come on. Nope. There it is. Yep. What was 09? Yeah, that was like high school. And not even, well, actually just over a decade later, and they're kind of on the downturn, but, you know, Facebook is definitely more in it for the profits if that whole expose thing is anything to take indications of. That whistleblower who was like, they don't really care as long as they get money. Which was like, I imagine enough people guessed that already, but the fact that it's definitely more concretely a fact now kind of like definitely puts a sour taste in your mouth for anybody who wants to be there. And when they open, yep. Used to play games like Farmville on there at one point, and it was like, those things are a time suck. There was like, what, for me, Farmville and Caféville were the ones that I played. Farmville, Stardew's predecessor, essentially. Alright, yeah. Basically, more people would have to be on the PC. And given, you know, the accessibility of phones and that sort of thing. Gotta get... Yes. Yep. Although, after a while, they actually had, like, a mobile thing. Where it's like you could harvest the crops. You couldn't see the thing, but it's like you could see, like, written... Where it's like, hey, you can plant and harvest such and such. Ah, those were the days. Nope. There it is. Okay, yeah, this is definitely bigger, but I don't mind it, actually. It's not that bad. I don't mind it. As far as even thinking about farm beer back, no worries. I'm gonna actually probably be on, yeah, about, once I'm done with this row, which I'm literally near the end of this row here finally, I am gonna go take my second break, Probably should grab some water. That is probably a good idea at this point. And stretch and so on and so forth. Wait, do I have to have a fourth one on the end here? I think so. Yeah, I do. And then go through here. It's always right here. 3, 4. And then let me add the stitch right here. And then break time for me. It is dark and overcast today. It's a good thing that thing I needed to do was this morning. Alright, so we have one row done. Which that took like pretty much the hour. Not surprised. So gonna come back and probably do another row, and that'll probably be the entire rest of the stream at this point, I presume. But yes, definitely, you know, get up and stretch and that sort of thing, especially if you've been sitting here crafting with me these past 2 hours now, because, you know, stretching is important. So is getting your circulation up and running. And I will be back. Enjoy your Plinko and your drop games, which, by the way, the drop games do exist on this screen here too. I love the bots telling me hi because I typed in chat. I feel like the streamers should be exempt from that, but there are worse things. Alright. I really should figure out how large this thing is. I keep meaning to measure it and then I forget. I had different yarn attached to this. It was like the, you know, that light lavender purple colored Corriedale that I had at one point, which I'm going to have to figure out doing a project for that on its own, maybe. Maybe a tank top of some kind, although Corriedale's a bit warm. But yes, had my water, so all is well. Oh, also I forgot to mention, Etsy shop is currently running at a 10% off discount off the entire shop. It took a little bit longer to get it to come up because I had set it up a couple days ago, and then I noticed it was not working when I did the thing. And then I had to literally have it like take off a thing or two and then put stuff back on, and then that got it to work. It was really, really strange. I have never seen something like that happen. I don't know if Etsy had a weird glitch going on. But yeah, sale going on until the end of Halloween. Which also, that makes me wonder if the thing for Pumpkin Day actually went on, which I had the wrong day anyway, so oops. It was the 26th and I completely forgot. I was thinking it was the 27th for some reason, and I looked this up days before, which is kind of hilarious. Either way, if you guys have your eyes on stuff in the shop, definitely a good time to get stuff. Which, if you're a sub, you also have access to another discount. Which, how much is that discount? Which, does Etsy allow stacking of discounts? I'm not sure. That, or you could probably get like the higher one to work. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to marketing. Sales and coupons. I currently have a couple active. Manage. Oh no, okay, that's 10% off there too. Okay, cool. I'd updated that one to make sure that had everything there. which it's definitely a thing where it has coupons independent of sales. So you would need the code for that. One hula. If you wanted to do 5, you can't. Yeah, that's really, really annoying. But I think also at the same time, I guess they feel like 5% would not be enough of an incentive to get people to show up. At least that's what I suspect. However, it definitely should be up to, you know, the shop owner. Yeah, I was basically about to say that. It should be up to the shop owner whether or not they want to choose that. It's weird. Any discount? Why would they care? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Honestly, I've never thought about. They do limit like how high you can go with a discount too. Like for sale or anything, the most you can go is like 70% off, which I don't think I would do that personally anyway, but yeah. It's really strange. Yeah, I know. They would get more money in the end with the lower discount. But the potential effectiveness is probably the only thing I could think of. But I do agree with you, it definitely should still be an option. 5% is nothing. I was like, I will do things for any discount. Yeah. Even a 10% discount is tempting on some things. So, yeah. I don't know. 5% off is still lower than... Agreed. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever in their weird crystal ball gave them the idea that 5% was not worth, you know, having as an option. The only thing I could easily foresee being the reason why. Do. Come on. Please. I'm gonna have to get the thing and unwind the other one if I want to add it to this, maybe. I don't know. Which I'm talking about the larger one of these, although I should be fine for at least 2 more rows. Considering the larger the row, the more yarn you're gonna need. Yeah, come on. Oh, so that's what I forgot to mention to Jane earlier when she was asking about the comfy stuff. Because I'd used that stuff back when I first got into socks and such. And I was gonna say, obviously, socks, it's not a good idea. You know, the cotton. Plus that stuff kind of wears out quickly. Which I learned out the hard way. But given I was still new to the whole sock thing and wasn't really aware of some of, you know, properties of different kinds of floof and whatnot, I didn't realize that till I made socks out of it, and like 6 months later, which I was, you know, still college at this time, so I was walking around and wearing them pretty much 24/7, which probably didn't help. And I had some holes, and I was just like, Speaking of socks, I have commissioned socks I need to finish. I was hoping to at least have the toe started yesterday, but I got other stuff done. But I'm mostly through the foot. Like, I'm to the part where it's like just the cable-y part. Where's socks so I can show you? Was that the different one? They have not poked me about the other thing, which I was thinking about possibly poking them today and seeing about it. But yeah, these ones. I'm like in here, so it's like I have not terribly far to go. Although I think they have to add like 1 or 2 of these repeats. Yes, they're pretty, but I have to stare at charts in order to get the pretty. And I'm just like, I'm kind of sick of charts right now. Plus, the whole knitting this inside out, remember? Because this is one of those sock badness socks. So, basically, you see this once you're done. And this is your view when you're knitting the thing. But you kind of have to have faith that it works out in the end. Although, yes, I could have done. Yeah, that's generally the plan. I might just do a general, just regular stockinette sock. Also, kind of why I'm working on this. So I can have a no hard decision related thing to do. Because those are nice. And of course, I say this like I don't appreciate the commission. I very much do. But it's just given I associate that probably with sock badness a little bit. It's just like, oh gosh. But at least the finish line is now within sight, thankfully. Which it was my personal goal to have those socks done by the end of the month, so that looks like it's gonna be a guaranteed thing. Which, once they're done, I'm gonna weave in and wash them and send those out. So I'm hoping probably, let's see, when's Monday? November 1st? Yeah. November 1st I can send those out because Election Day, postal stuff will be, not happening. That or just wait until after Election Day to send them. Do. Come on. There we go. Typically, at least I think so. Isn't usually on Election Day that mail usually doesn't show up? Unless I'm mistaken? I swear on Election Day, typically the mail doesn't run. I swear it is. But I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong, like I said. I'm like, usually it's like federal stuff that the mail doesn't run. I could swear, Election Day being a federal day off. Let me consult Google, but yeah, you're probably right and I'm probably mistaken. Does mail run on Election Day? Let's see what the old mighty Google machine. Close on Election Day. Okay, yes, you're right. Yep. It is open on Election Day. I don't know why I was thinking it was closed. Alright. Nope. You are correct. I was incorrect on that matter. I swore it was, but I probably have that day mixed up with something else. More than likely something like Thanksgiving or something. Or one of those days. I'll definitely make a mental note of that. So I don't have to worry about that. Nope. Also, with the end of the month coming near, which, by the way, you know, tomorrow's last stream of October already. That'll mean tomorrow is the last day for anybody to unlock any of the goals that currently reside above my head. Whether it be for tips or bits, or potentially unlocking the last tier 1 emote slot, which again, I don't expect anything from anybody. The fact that you guys hang out and decide to, you know, hang out with me, I very much appreciate it. And that's all I ask of you. But only if, you know, you can afford to and want to financially contribute. Definitely feel free to. Come on. Why are we like this? There we go. Nope.
The most powerful underground espionage agent in the Western Hemisphere. I've been trying to get my hands on him for years. What's his next move?
But since you asked, I'll give it to you straight.
Oh, I've changed my grip again. I always do that after every so often when I crochet. I just change my grip. Even though I tend to go a wee bit slower with the pencil grip. If I don't work on the socks after stream, which also I have the drawing thing, given the whole, you know, I've been drawing every day this month. Does there? No, actually it doesn't. Pretty much keeps it the same for me. I think it's more of just less annoyance to my hands after a while, although technically you're still holding it with the same, or at least I'm holding it with the same main figures, but in different manners. Come on. Also, that reminds me, I should probably see about getting some wooden hooks at some point. Because after a while, my hands do sometimes want to get a little bit cranky with using, you know, these boys crochet hooks, which I've had these for probably about a decade now. Yeah. This is the same set that I'd gotten from Michael's like years ago. Which is always the fun thing about crochet. You don't have to buy like 10 million different supplies. You can just buy a set of hooks, get some yarn, and poof, you're on your way. Unlike knitting, where it's like you have to buy 10 million and one things. Stitch markers, fashion hooks, they're pretty cheap. Yeah, full set for... That is true. So I know you always rep those, and it is definitely a good buy. Although, are the hooks different? I forget. Because I know there's inline, and then there's the other type of hooks. Which, what is this? Since you don't have to, yeah. might do that at some point, since I eventually need to get a new sketchbook anyway. For the little sketchbook that I got last year, I'm actually nearly full on the pages, which I can actually grab that. How many pages do I have left? Which I'm gonna be filling, let's see, at least one more, two more of these once, you know. Yeah, like, this is all the pages I have left in this sketchbook. Not terribly many. Like, I easily will probably finish this by the end of the year. And given today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So, that'll mean even slightly less pages to deal with. Okay, they're tapered. Yeah, tapered has the deeper channels compared to the inline. Which that would probably make a slight difference in, you know, how I do the thing, but that would probably be one of those I'd really have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Just practice with them. There we go. Okay, the inline. Okay. Again, I know there's a difference, but I never remember which one is which. I remember you were showing them for comparison. But I always forget which one is which. Pick here. Okay. Let's see. Inline. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, these are definitely tapered. It's just that because these are not that deep. And the inline have those bits of a groove to like really hold on to your stitches. Let's see. Let me double check though, boys. Hooks. Tapered. Yeah, they're tapered. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. So the cheapers are tapered. Okay, so yeah, no difference. Okay. I have never really stumbled upon any of the inline ones. Although I imagine it's definitely helpful for anybody who, you know, can't really like grasp onto the stitches with the tapered. So an inline would definitely be a better option. Never found any cushion inlines. Huh. Interesting. I have a feeling tapered might be more common, maybe, for crochet hooks. That might be why there aren't any cushioned inlines. Although, I think you could probably make your own if you have inline ones, possibly, you know, like, put your own cushions on there, maybe. You know, like those pencil grips or something. Or polymers clay or things like that. Or even, what's that foam stuff? So that would probably definitely help out a big deal too. Come on, there we go. It was stuck. Man, it looks dark out there. I don't think it's supposed to rain today, but it's dark as hell out there. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Yeah, that's what happened, like, around when I got started, which that is always a thing with fall. Like, it briefly gets bright around when I get started. Especially, you know, how my schedule is now. And then it just gets dark and I'm just like, I don't like you. Ugh. Weather. Especially when I'm more reliant on it, although, you know, even with the lamp, which I really do still need to find a charging cable replacement one at some point for it. I really wish it would say the measurement for the plug-in part so I'd be able to go look for one, which is my main issue, because it doesn't. And I've looked on the box, because I still have the box for this thing over a year later. I've checked the listing, it doesn't say it either. That's like, come on now. Really? Because, like, I don't want to have to buy, you know, another LED lamp. Although, this wasn't terribly expensive when I got it. It was, like, under 20 bucks. Although, honestly, having a second one would probably even out, like, you know, the lighting. Because, you know, it gets darker once it's farther away. So having one coming the other direction would probably make things better. Especially on darker days like this, but you know. Yeah. Come on. Although, arguably, I do have that clip-on light thing. Here, no worries. I shall be here for a bit. Also, we have hit the halfway point, so more than likely we should be able to get through the second row by the time I'm done. It does not feel like Friday, but yet it is. Also, this reminds me I really should clean out my acrylic yarn basket, which that is the plan. Mostly so I can get some stuff out of there. Untangle the yarn, especially too. Because that has been a thing. It needs to get done. Which I think I might have a way of preventing that from happening. No. Back there. Do. Yeah, I definitely do need a light coming from somewhere in this direction. Although, arguably, I could just turn on the ceiling light. I'd rather there not be complaints about that, so... oh well. Oh, okay. I'm like, I know I have it plugged in, so it definitely should not be making noise for that reason. It's just the, you know, antivirus, whatever, saying they did a good job and nothing's there. Not that I begrudge them actually doing the thing. But it's always just annoyingly disconcerting sometimes, where you're just like minding your own business and it's just like hearing the computer sound out of nowhere. I have to. No worries! Definitely glad you could have stopped in at all. Which, also, that reminds me, how did the stuff and things go? Because, you know, I wasn't there for majority of stream today, so I didn't get to hear you recount the details about that. Hopefully everything has been sorted to your satisfaction. You mean, yeah. And anyway, it's fine. If you have stuff to do, you have stuff to do. Like, you are not required to be here. If you can show up, you can show up. And if you can't, you can't. Such is life. Yeah, come on. Come on. They're gonna pull the cut into the the next 2 weeks they'll pull sorts. Which bathroom? Is it the one near you or is it the one near, you know, Frage? Cause I know cutting into the walls and stuff will mean, you know, much sound. Although if they're doing it on a day you're not streaming, that'll probably be alright. Although I imagine whatever day you can get to do that, you will probably take it. Okay. But yay on actually getting that done. Although this has been a thing since, you know, Tuesday or Thursday. Oh no. Oh no. It's like you have the whole entire week and you choose the 2 exact days that you're gonna be on. Helpful. Although honestly, we will be fine. We will figure out a way to entertain ourselves if we can see you one day. But it is a pain. Yeah, I'm like, this has been a thing since the house. Heck, even before the house was even done, I think. Because it's been 2 years since you guys lived there, so yeah, it's definitely been a thing since before the house was even finished. So at least they finally got that off their to-do list. It was 3. Oh, what? What? I swear to God it was 2. What is going on? What is time? Why? Yeah. Like, you would feel like something like that would be a priority. And yeah, you could have moved, but at the same time, if you ever tried to sell the house with something like that, that would be a huge ass nope, and they would make you fix that, or get it fixed, you know? Because that could, you know, potentially be a hazard of some kind. And building code does not fuck around with hazards. To my knowledge. Like that. But yeah, you'd think they would have gotten to you a lot sooner than 3 years. I mean, granted that, you know, the hell that is 2020 kind of made things not so great to do. But other than that, they really should have been on that. But yeah, 3 years already. Jeez. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, 2019 was still an option. You had that open to you. All 365 days. But you didn't. Man. It feels like just yesterday. I swear, it really feels like just yesterday that you guys did all of that back and forth and getting the stuff done to get the townhouse to get yeeted to someone else. Man. If you ever decide to, go elsewhere, at least you kind of know what you might be dealing with in some regards. Although, hopefully it won't turn into you have to have that and closing on another place at the same time again deal. Because that sounds like an absolute nightmare that no one would want, ever. How far are we from the end? Okay, not that far. Might make it. Yeah, you definitely at least have some prior experience to fall back on. And also, that's true. Not many places are being constructed now, I imagine. Plus, the whole chain of supply thing, thanks to COVID and crap, is also making stuff like that slightly more difficult to get their hands on. So that just makes everything all the worse. It's like, nope. Yeah, I've been hearing that. I haven't even looked. Although, of course, where I am, which you know exactly where I am. It's kind of dummy expensive anyway. But given the whole... My parents have been here for 30 years anyway, so... They were here long before the prices got absolutely bonkers. That the freeze in Texas destroyed a ton of... Oh, Jesus. Of all the things, I would have never thought that, but yeah, the cold could really, really mess up the paint. So basically the whole Texas thing screwed over many people. What a surprise. I will not get on that soapbox. I will not get on that soapbox. I will not get on that soapbox. Because I was about to say stuff and I'm just like, nope. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Indeed. Indeed. Ooh. But yeah, that certainly does not help matters. But really, the one thing I would have never thought to get messed up in that whole cold frost white paint, which, you know, that's kind of the default for building new stuff like that, because they like having white as like a neutral color. for every single house ever. Which I'm not fond of white as a color. Okay, the hell was that? I just saw something black. I'm hoping that might be the cord for the TV system. Hopefully not. Well, you need that too, especially lighter colors, like, you know, lighter shades of green and blue and so on and so forth. And pink! A lot of pink too. Because, you know, not everybody loves saturated colors, so that's just making things hard enough for certain pink colors all the way around. And we're slowly getting there. Although, I wonder if I move myself like this, and then get this to do the thing like so. I wonder if that would help in the lighting category. Also, hi! Cord that we do not need to be in the way of. Okay, that slightly helps. I wanted to see if I'd get a better angle for shadow, although actually be better if I went this way. Although I love him thinking about this now, even though stream's gonna be over in like 10 minutes. Actually less than that, but whatever. Whatevs. Do. Which, once stream's over, I'm gonna be hunting around the room seeing if I could find these damn needles, which I really do think it might have gone behind the bed. That, or they're somehow underneath my blanket. I don't know how. But those are the only two things I can think of where those yarn needles could possibly be. That makes any sort of sense. Because I sure as hell did not get up and walk away. I was like, yeah, more than likely they're somewhere, and I'll just find them one way or another. So, we'll just have to take some time. Also, I am almost up to this corner. With a little bit of time to spare. I am surprised. I thought it would take the entirety of the hour, but it did not. Okay, I'd say one or two more rows of this color. Green Fang, hello. How you doing? I am not gonna be on for terribly much longer, like a couple of minutes, like 5, give or take. But how are you doing? How is your Friday? I'm here doing a half granny square shawl at the moment, using some of the sparkly yarn that I had hand spun. Hopefully all is good for you. And let's see. Yeah. I'd say about there, because right there's a little bit on the thick side. And fourth one, yeah. Because always at the beginning and end ones you need to do technically 4. Also, I've literally had to take a lint roller to this thing. I'm not sure if you know this, but this thing has picked up the sparkles when I was spinning it, I literally had to take a lint roller to get it off. That was the only way I can get it any way of remotely cleaned up. Which there's still stuff on there, but not as much as before. Like, it was absolutely annoying before. And I'm glad you're doing alright. Come on. There it is. Alright, and just gonna start a new corner of this. Which, I do think I like this. I will sit on this and see if, you know, I am for or against it. But I think it does work. Given the pops and neutral going on in here. Within all the sparkly bits. So I'd say it's definitely gonna stay here like this. Yeah. These are not usually my colors, but I really do enjoy these. Although I think without the gray and, you know, the bits of the locks of wool that I had to spin in here, it'd probably be a bit too much for me, because I am not into, like, super bright colors like this. I am definitely more of a jewel tone kind of girl. So, like, sapphire, amethyst, emerald, things along those lines. It kind of does not hurt to go outside the lines at times. I wonder if I should add a border to this on the end. Maybe. I might. It doesn't need one because there's so much color to it. Which if I do a border, it'll probably be a neutral color of some kind to tie it all together. More likely a shade of gray. But yes, you can see that this is definitely thicker yarn than what I was dealing with before. Because you can see the grannies are at least double the size. It's hilarious. But it works. Although it'd be amusing if just this and it ended up being long enough. Probably not likely going to be the case. Also, I realized we are just at the 3-hour mark. So I'm just going to do a couple more of these and then probably call it for today. Which, where does 3 hours go? I swear to you guys. You would think I'd be used to this by now. No worries. Not a problem. I'm gonna probably head off in a minute or two, so you have not missed terribly much. Holy! Alleycat! Thank you! Not a problem. I very much appreciate you. Glad to see you. And hopefully your weekend goes well if I do not see you at some point in time. Also, Alleycat, thank you very much. Community challenge is now at 24K. Specifically, 24,294. out of 25,000 donuts, so that will mean 706 is the amount of donuts that we need in order to have met the community challenge goal, which this goal is basically for me to do a charity stream via me playing GeoGuessr, which is a geographic-based game. Oh, okay, that's an email. Not important. In order to fund Project Linus, which, you know, you can make blankets, squares. Ah! Thank you! Who did that? Okay, nothing popped up here. That is strange. But I appreciate you guys. You met your goal. Thank you. I did not see who it was. Was that you, girl? Remember? It didn't pop up. Alright, so we are at 25 out of 25,000. So we're gonna play some GeoGuessr for charity sometime in the next month or so. Thank you. I very much appreciate you. But yeah, I did not think we were gonna get through that in a week. Because I literally put that in last Friday, and now the goal has been met. Frasia's been— yeah, I am not, geographically inclined, so it'd basically be just us failing together for funsies. I mean, I'm not, you know, terrible, but, you know, I don't know everywhere by the back of my hand, so it'll be some fun times. But yay. I'm glad we get to do the thing. That's gonna be so much fun. I'll need to get some stuff ironed out to see how that works. Would you guys be alright if I had put Hades as a next community goal? Because I haven't set up and started. Well, not started, but set up to potentially start, but I think if I pick the rest of the games myself, it'd probably be alright. No one would really mind, but alright, cool. Let me go and open that right now while I'm sitting here talking to you guys, so I do not forget this thing. Which I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do the whole, just have every one of them be for one charity, so basically Project Linus for all the games I play, and just have that be the thing for the entire week, which I would obviously give you guys advance notice, because I usually try to do that. Viewer rewards. I always forget where the hell this is. Viewer rewards, blah blah blah. Manage rewards and community challenge. Alright. Edit. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna probably keep it the same 25k. And let's change what it is. Project Linus. Which I played Hades on my Switch. I have not really played it terribly much on on the PC, and I'm hoping it works on the PC. But yes, so that should be active now, I think. Let's see. Go back. Edit. No, I don't need to edit that. Manage rewards. Okay, yes, it says it started. Oh wait, no. Yes, I'm aware of how it works. There we go. I was like, I missed something. There it is. Alright, it should be there as an option. Yeah, it's gonna be the one that says 0%. But you guys did good. And I very much appreciate you guys. That's gonna be a fun time. Starting. Okay, yes, so I can have my face and also turn this light off because I don't need it any further. Ta-da! I need to charge this thing. But I very much appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Girl November, very much thank you for the free sub and the tip. Very much helpful. I'm gonna go check and see who we can go and host. So there's certainly a bunch of people on. I know that for a fact right now. So I can definitely send you over to another fellow crafter for some fun craft vibes. Alright. Okay, so Sarah Dawn's currently on. She's on break though. She's doing a mosaic hat. I haven't hosted her in a while, so I think we're gonna take you guys over there. So let me get that started. Which Sarah Dawn's is a lovely crafter, friend of the stream. She does knitting, crocheting, yeah. Does pattern design, creates a lot of patterns. I have a sock pattern from her I need to do at some point. Not very intensive. But yeah, so other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. Have a good weekend. If I do not see you on Saturday, I will be back again tomorrow at the usual time, about 1 p.m. Eastern to about 4 p.m. Eastern. Not sure what I'll be doing. Probably be crafts. Hopefully I will find my goddamn needles by then. And I will hopefully see you guys again soon. Bye!